I think the problem with Marvel, with Star Wars versus Marvel, is that though Kathleen Kennedy was like in charge of Lucasfilm, it felt like she never like knew exactly. She didn't have like an overriding presence over all three films like George used to be.
Yeah, it seems like it's hard to say who made the calls because there was obviously the idea for Star Wars to do three different films with three different creative heads that would also direct. And that was the idea. And unfortunately, they didn't go through the plan like what George did where he wrote out the story treatments and knew what he was going to do from 1 to 3.
Yeah.
For 7 to 9, it was, oh, we'll make this movie and then off of its success we'll write what the next movie's going to be. And so you have J.J. Abrams for Force Awakens, you have Ryan Johnson for Last Jedi, and you have Colin Trevorrow, and his film never got made, who was the director at the time for Jurassic World. They have Colin Trevorrow for his third film, which was going to be made called
Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates. And interesting enough, a little conspiracy here. Colin Trevorrow, who directed Jurassic World, the movie, is produced by Frank Marshall, who is married to Kathleen Kennedy. It all makes sense. It's all tied up. And they're also all very good. They're friends with Spielberg, very good friends with Spielberg. Frank Marshall and Kennedy actually worked on Raiders of the Lost Ark and the Indiana Jones films. So all of these people are very good friends. And so it's weird. It seems like maybe George feels like he's been kind of pushed out of the boys' club a little. I mean, not even the boys' club; it's just the club. But he's always been the outcast. George Lucas has always refused to work with the industry.
Yeah,
he's always been a rebel that way. And
dropped
I think
out of the Directors, Producers, Writers Guild
because they didn't like his end credit scene from Return of the Jedi and Empire Strikes Back. They didn't. So I think he's always been that outcast. It's now kind of. Maybe this is a theory. Maybe now it's bothering him a little because he feels maybe like the industry took his one thing that he used to fight against them, and now they're running with it.
He was pretty much the success story for independent film.
Yeah,
most successful independent filmmaker in history.
He's Hollywood's rebel.
Yeah,
like that's the thing. Like he is Luke Skywalker. If you think about like George Lucas, Luke Skywalker. If you think about the connections, this Star Wars' success is ultimately George Lucas' success, and it's also a triumph for indie filmmakers all across the board, and it's a success story that we all love to listen to, we all love to hear about, and we all love to go back and rewatch. I mean, who can say they're going back and rewatching The Force Awakens, Last Jedi, and Rise of Skywalker if you don't have like a Disney Plus subscription?
Yeah.